Hello and welcome to the Slippy Limpets video. It's the first session of the beach of the winter. We're chasing some cod. Conditions are looking pretty damn good. The sea is dying off after a massive northerly swell. There's loads of colour in the water, which is great. There's no wind at all at the minute, which is also great. The only downside is that it's a flooding tide and I prefer to fish on the ebb. But I mean, look, the sea's like glass. There's swell, there's colour, and hopefully there's a fish or two. So let's get a bait in the water and see what's around. So bait wise, we've got some unwashed or dirty frozen squid. Not frozen anymore. Got some frozen black lug and some carp. Couldn't get any fresh bait, so do with this, and we're just gonna stick a large squid bait on, stuff it with carp. Let's get this out. I've chosen this part of the beach because I can see the waves bucking up, coming taller, a bit further out than or about similar sort of, hopefully similar as sort of distance as my casting range. I'm hoping that's a load of rocks or a sandbar or something. And technically that's where the fish should be. Well, the thing I don't like about fishing in the daylight is I can see how far I can't cast, which is why waders are really good for us. Probably about 30 yards. It's 7 o'clock, 5 past, so we're just about at slack water. And it is a tiny tide, so this is all the beach we're going to get really. Don't expect to get much until at least, well, until sunset. But it doesn't matter. I mean, what a night. I mean, I'm in short sleeves and I don't even have my stupid hat on, so yeah. Hopefully we'll get something, but just have to wait and see. Oh, there's a bite. A little one, but it's a bite. It's a big bait. I've got a Cox and Roll 6-0 hook as the main hook and a 3-0. I think it's a Viking, mustard Viking maybe. There's a Pennel hook. So cod have got big gobs, so I'm not really expecting to hook many small fish. Rod's keeling over, so I'm probably snagged, but if a decent enough fish comes along, it'll lift my rod bait out of the snag, because this is a mixed ground beach. You can see it's pretty clean here, but there's a few sparse big boulders around. I've probably hooked into one of those. I could also be getting crabbed. Forgot that it's only mid-September. We need a good frost really to get the crabs away. But I guess that's one of the benefits of using such a big bait at the minute. Tackle wise, I'm using a 14-foot rod and any fish anywhere GB FS Pro. It's rated up to 200 grams or 7 ounces. Reel, I've got a Penn Battle 8000 LC, which just stands for long cast, so it's got a slightly different spool to the normal Penn Battle 3. And on that I've got 80-pound Daiwa J-Braid X8 or 8 strand. Straight through to Paternoster Pennel rig. It's my favourite rig. Don't bother with pulleys when it's on ground like this. I don't really bother with them anyway. I think you lose bite detection. Looks like the tide is starting to push, so I'm going to give this 10 more minutes and then put a big bait on. Another big bait, and then I can start moving up the beach and leave my bait in the deeper water. It's also getting dark as well, which is good. It's a definite bite. Right, I was in the rocks, I've just lifted out of them there, so that's good. Oh, always happens, having a pee and then get a bite. Caught with my pants down. Come on, come back. Yeah, missed it. Always happens. Definite thump that. And then when I was holding the rod, it felt like a proper tug, so it's a good sign. Just as it's getting dark. Oh, it'd be good to get some cod on the shore in the first session. So what's left of me bait now has been picked completely by the crabs. So let's get another. And my car's dripping out as well. Poor bait. Well, that's the second bait in the water. Had absolutely nothing, just rattles on the first bait. Bait was picked clean as well, so the crabs had a good feast, but it's fully dark, as you can probably tell now, so and we had a few bites before, so hopefully this is the time when they're going to start biting. I feel the crabs having a great time on this. My lead's sitting on cobbles, and I can just feel it every now and again. It gets dragged left or right, or releases from the cobble on the next one. And then weed on my line as well in the swell. I'll see a bite though. I thought that was the sound of a bottle top. You absolute legend. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers to everything going wrong. We're getting a big fish.
Yeah, that'll do. Well, it turns out that a couple of my mates, Slim, Steve and his missus Amelia, were fishing on the rocks over to my right. And since the tide's pushing, they've just come back onto the beach and seen us. So, and Amelia, a legend, has brought a beer. I'll make up for the lack of fish so far. Cheers, Slim and Amelia. Well, this bait's had half an hour and not even a bite. Amelia's just pulled one in on fresh prawns, fish close in, so I'm not going to wait as far this time. Let's get this in and get another bait on. Absolutely stripped again. And I've somehow managed to bend me Cox and Roll XL surf. New hooks. Cox and Roll surf and uptide. Good strong hooks. Apart from then, I pulled them with 80-pound braid on. Duo Sakuma Manta for the Pennel. I'm making a right mess of my baits this season so far. There we go, another little messy one. This has got fish written all over it this time. Well, I hooked that slightly to the left, but I think I'm on cleaner ground this time. Definitely got a fish on it, that one. Oh, that was a proper bite. Finally. 3 hours in. Oh, gutted I missed that. Well, that's Amelia and Slimmer way. So that means there's less hooks in the water. So fingers crossed. I might get one. Gonna give this 5 more minutes after that knock, and then get another fresh bait on. There's got to be a fish out there in these conditions. Well, I know there is because Amelia pulled one in, but oh. At least my tip light seems to have settled down now. Right, it's time for fresh bait. Right, now the tip light starts working. So my snood's all tangled. Got myself with a hook. Well, normally I like fresh bait. I did start using this frozen mixed carp and squid last year, and quite effective, but that was mainly out of necessity. Oh, this carp's much better, much more gelatinous than the previous stuff. Yeah, it was out of necessity because I couldn't get any worms. Now you're talking. Yeah, the carp's staying in this time. Oh, that is really stinging my cut. There we go. Well, I think that's the 4th bait in the water, 5th bait. I haven't been changing up anywhere near as frequently as I usually do, but I'm gonna have to make an effort to change my baits more often. Bit rusty after a long summer, but I think so far I've had 3 bites. It is now 10 to 10, so we're kind of midway through the tide. No, 3/4 of the way through the tide, through the flooding tide, and yeah, it can only get better, I guess. At least I've got decent tip light on now. You should be able to see that one. That's not a good sign. I'm not even getting crab now. Still filled with cart as well. Gotta strap a frozen black to it and then whack it back out. Well, that's the next bait in the water. It's actually still the same bait, but I've just added that frozen black to it. Really surprised at how poor the fishing's been. If Amelia had one, I was just speaking to a local lad who he's been out on the rocks, and all he's had's one small codlin and a coley, which is 2 more fish than me. I wonder where the crabs have gone. I mean, I didn't even touch that bait. I'm complaining. I'd prefer to have some bait on my hook than the crabs eating it, but yeah, fingers crossed this is the cast. Yes! Oh, don't come off. Don't come off. Oh, it's not big, but I'll take it. I don't think it was a codlin, it was a rattle rather than a cod knock. I'm reckoning a coley. Keep it on top of the water. Here it comes. Moment of truth. No! We've got a cod! Oh, get in! Whoa, whoa, easy tiger, easy. There we go. First fish of the night. It's 11:15, so we've been going, I don't know, 5 hours. Yes! That way, son. Sorry, away it goes. Oh, I was so close to calling it a night. Gonna have to have another cast now, aren't I? So, the question is, was that the frozen black that made the difference? Or was it just that a fish came along? Well, I'm gonna do the same again. squid, carp, and a frozen black. What a relief! It's been hard work to get that little Tommy. Done the same again with the bait. Squid, load of carp and a frozen black wrap to the outside. I'm very happy with that, but could I be greedy and ask for a bigger one? 11:30. Give this 20 minutes. And I think this is going to be my last cast. Might actually treat myself to a sit down. Yeah, why not? Problem is with sitting down is you get bored. Come on, one more fish. Well, it doesn't look like this last cast fish is going to materialise, but never mind. It's been a cracking night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe things might have been different if I had fresh lugworm or so, but judging by talking to other people on the beach, that might not be the case. So either way, it's been a good session. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment please, that would be brilliant. I'm going to pack up, walk back to the car and head home, an hour's drive. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Tight lines. Well, I'm glad I didn't wait any longer. It looks like the crabs have found me bait again. All that's left is the plasticky thing from inside the squid.